when you're injured, make sure you take your time. What's up guys, Coach Abubakar here, and I'm back with another video, and I'm really excited to bring you guys this video because today I'll be talking about my injury history and what took me out of jumping permanently. So I want to use this video as a warning for you guys, okay? Because I want you to learn from my mistake. I don't want you to make the same mistake I did, because you know what, I still think about it till this day, and I still wish I could go out there and jump. But okay, so let's not waste any more time and let's get to the video. Alright, so first I want to get into the little history of things and how things played out for me. Alright, so when I graduated high school, I weighed about 159-ish to 164. I only know hover between the two. And then by the time I got to college, which was a whole year after I graduated, which was in the summer, December of 2014. You know, I was around 184, and you know, that whole year, I was making sure I was going to the gym a lot. I put on a lot of muscle mass. I was making sure I was doing a lot of plyometrics. I was doing a lot of sprints. Even in the dead of winter, I'd be outside doing hill sprints, doing bounds, doing plyometrics, because I really wanted to show out when I got to college, you know, because it was a passion of mine, and it still is actually, still is a passion of mine. So I really wanted to make sure I was in the best condition ever. But I do mention the weight for a reason. And you know, I'm gonna get back to that eventually. I'm not gonna talk about it right now, but eventually later on in the video, I'll get back to it. So come my freshman year, it went okay. I had an injury on right above my right knee, which is my jumping leg. I finished off the year jumping 23 feet, 4.5 inches, or 7.2 meters. Now, earlier in that year, that December, the first ever meet, and my first meet in over a year at that time, I hurt both of my ankles during triple jump on my last jump as well, which is just fantastic, by the way.
Do you know what that is? Great. That's just fucking great!
Last jump, I hurt both of my ankles. I could barely walk. They both swelled up really badly, but thank God vacation was coming up. But I say thank God, actually not really, because that actually stopped me from being able to do triple jump effectively again, because each time I was triple jump, both of my ankles would just really hurt. Although at the indoor conference championship, I was able to place 6th place by jumping 44 feet 6 inches, which was what I jumped in high school as my personal best. At that first meet, I jumped 45 feet 9 inches, so that was over 1.5 foot improvement. I believe, actually less than 1.5 foot improvement, but that was still a massive improvement in that 1 year, and that all came from my hard work previously. Unfortunately, my ankles were gone and I could no longer triple jump effectively. So now come next year, which is where the story gets really juicy, and this is where you guys really need to listen and really heed to my advice, really take my advice that I'm going to be giving you guys, okay? So the season starts in October, and immediately I hurt my hamstring first practice, and you know, the practice was going well because I always try to make sure I stay in shape. For me, I never try to take like a prolonged period of time off. When the season is done, I'll take 2 weeks off and I'm back to working hard, although I'm not working super hard, because I need to make sure that I'm, you know, building myself up for the whole year, because you don't want to do too much too soon, because the season comes, you're going to burn yourself out. That's something you need to avoid as an athlete as well. So October comes, you know, I hurt the lower part of my hamstring, and from there on, everything just went downhill. Now this is where the real warning comes into play. So my mistake was I did not let that original injury heal completely. That's my problem. I could not stop myself from getting out there and trying to practice, trying to rush things, because for me, it's always like I'm losing fitness and I need to stop that as soon as possible. I need to get out there and go hard. And so that's what I kept doing. And I remember it was raining outside in the dead of December, and I was doing some 200-meter sprints, and I felt my hamstring go. And then, oh God, from there on, things just got worse. So for the whole indoor season, I was in and out of the lineup. I would come back, I would either hurt my hamstring some more, or I was so out of shape that I'd be jumping 20 feet So, that's like, what was I doing? I was just not being smart. That's what I was doing, unfortunately for me. And I remember noticing a big ball of scar tissue that had built up in my hamstring going to one of our meets in early February. And I remember I was in the bus, I was just feeling it. I was like, holy crap. And that meet, I jumped poorly, but then I decided at that meet, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stop here. I'm not gonna finish out the indoor season. There's no point. I'm just hurting myself. I need to start preparing for the outdoor season. So I started doing some more therapy. And then by the time outdoor came around, it got a lot better. However, I was only able to practice twice a week, 2 times a week, Monday, Tuesday. Why is that? I'll tell you. The reason for that is because each time after let's say 2 days, by that time, the rest of the week, my hamstring is so sore. The whole hamstring, not just the area, the whole hamstring would become very, very sore. And that was due to the overcompensation. The rest of the hamstring was trying to pick up for the slack, for the weakness and the injury that was in my lower hamstring. So that's where that was coming from. But being smart as I am, I just kept on going. I was like, okay, so I can get away. I found a method where I could get away with practicing twice a week and competing. So I figured I can practice twice a week. By Saturday, the hamstring would no longer be sore and I'll be able to jump. So that's what I kept doing throughout the rest of the season. And it was working okay for me, although I do want to add, the problem with that was by the time Saturday came around, I was not in the best condition. I was not feeling as explosive as I usually would if I was doing the full practice, because usually how it is we practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and on Friday we take the day off to recover, recuperate, and get ready for the meet. So that when you're doing that, by the time the meet comes around, you're still feeling good because you just had only 1 day off to recover, and your body's still ready to like jump. But when you take 4 days off, your body like kind of loses a little fitness, and so that's what was happening to me. I would go to the meet, I wouldn't feel as explosive as I usually would. However, I do also want to add that I was able to jump 23 feet on a bad hamstring at our home meet. So I was very proud of that, very, very proud. And I do also do a little story here. There was a kid at that meet who his whole jumping career, he's been jumping mid 21 feet. Mid 21 feet, by the way. And we go to that, we're at the home meet, this dude pulls out 23.7. 23.7. That's like a 2 foot improvement from his average. All right, that really pissed me off. All right, because he also went on Instagram and was like, "Oh, I'm ready to take over. I'm gonna win the championship." And I was like, "You gotta be kidding me, man!" I'm like, "You've been jumping 21 your whole life. Stop it." And then that's just my competitive side. And then so we get to the conference championships, and I was the second favorite behind him. But in my head, I was a strong favorite because I know I can jump 23 feet on a regular basis, and I knew he could not. I knew that was just an outlier for him. And then so even the remaining meets after our home meet, he didn't jump. He was jumping 21 feet again, so he had an anomaly there. And then so we go to the championship, and I'm warming up let's go back a little bit. During that week, I decided I was gonna practice some more. I was like, okay, so I've been doing this 2 times, we're practicing twice a week. I need to do more because I really want to make sure I jump really well when I get to the conference championships, because I really want to win the conference championships, because I also had a really strong chance of winning it. And so I practiced more that week, which was a big mistake because the hamstring, I did not give my hamstring enough time to recover for the meet. We go to the meet, the hamstring is still sore. And I'm warming up, I'm feeling the hamstring, I'm just like, just hold on, man. Just bear with me for one last meet, and we have the whole summer to recover, do proper therapy and everything. And then so warming up, feeling the hamstring. First jump, it was a bad jump. I was a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous. I reached for the board. But second jump, I came with more confidence. And man, that was, oh man, I still think about it. It was gonna be such a beautiful jump. Such a beautiful jump. So I'm on the runway, I'm feeling good, I'm amped up, I have some adrenaline pumping. and I start running down the runway. I feel good. I feel powerful. I feel like I have speed, and I hit the bar perfectly. I felt so powerful. I was in perfect position as well. But the moment I left the ground, it felt like somebody took a gun and just shot me in the back of the upper hamstring, right below my glutes, which is also an area of low blood flow. So which makes recovery even harder. So that happened. And that was the end of my jumping career right there, because I was never able to come back from that injury. And that all stemmed from the fact that I did not do proper protocol. I did not take my time with proper protocol, which is what this video is about. I want you guys, when you're injured, make sure you take your time. Make sure, even let's say that you're clear to go back, take an extra week of recovery. Make sure you take the extra week of recovery just to be on the safe side. You don't want to ever rush an injury, because it could be the end of whatever sporting event you're competing in. So make sure you always take your time. Now let's get back to my weight gain. I do believe the weight gain did play a role in my injuries, because I'm a naturally slender person, and all that extra weight, although it was good weight, it was mostly muscle, it made me stronger, faster, more explosive. I think that extra weight was what started causing me all the injuries in college. My knee, my hamstring, what else did I have? My ankles. I think that the weight gain was a part of it. So I do wanna add that in there as well. Although I'm not telling you not to gain some muscle, but you also have to be smart. Don't gain too much weight. It's depending on the sport you're doing. Different sports require different things, okay? Alright, so guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure you like and you subscribe, and also make sure you go to my website and you become a subscriber there as well, and become a member of the website, because I do offer members and subscribers a lot of benefits. For example, just a month ago, I sent them a free program, sent them a completely free program for both speed, weight room, and getting your explosiveness better. So make sure you go on my website and you subscribe. I'll leave a link below. Take it easy, guys. Peace.